My girlfriend was at her lowest. I broke up with her. Years later, after she found success and fame, she used every means possible to marry me. Everyone said I was her one true love, her most treasured husband. But in reality, every night she brought a different man home, shattering my heart and turning me into a laughingstock. I never fought back. I never cried or argued. I simply moved into the study, quietly staying out of her way. She hated that. One night, furious, she kissed me roughly and whispered, "Aren't you jealous?" What she didn't know was that I was sick. While she spent each day trying to hurt me, I was silently counting down how many days I had left to live. In the 3rd year of our marriage, my wife, Claire, started keeping a young, handsome college student. His name was Ryan. He was tall, good-looking, and exactly Claire's type. She kept him around for over 6 months, longer than any of the others. My friends warned me to be careful. They said Claire seemed genuinely attached to Ryan. The first time I met him was on my birthday. That morning, I'd woken up with a nosebleed that wouldn't stop. At the hospital, the doctor told me I probably wouldn't live past spring next year. I nodded calmly and said, "That's fine." I wasn't afraid of dying, I just didn't want it to hurt. There was an expensive medication that could ease the pain, but I didn't have enough money to afford it. So, I went to Claire's office to ask for help. That's where I ran into Ryan. He had just graduated and was working as Claire's assistant. Claire was in a meeting, so I sat in the lobby to wait. Ryan kept glancing at me, then leaned over to whisper to his coworkers, "So, that's the husband? He looks awful, so skinny and sickly, like he's on his deathbed." He laughed and added, "People say I look like him, but I don't see it. I'm way better looking." I caught my reflection in the glossy glass wall. Messy hair, a puffy coat that made me look even frielier. He wasn't wrong. I wasn't much to look at, just a man waiting to die. A coworker nudged him and whispered, "Don't underestimate him. If he cleaned up, you wouldn't even compare. And don't forget, Claire loves him. If you piss him off, she'll destroy you." Ryan wasn't convinced. He rolled his eyes and smirked. He brought me a cup of tea and asked mockingly, "So, Mr. Baker, why is Claire making you wait so long?" "It's weird. Whenever I stop by, no matter how busy she is, she always makes time for me. She says I'm her priority." He smiled smugly, and for a moment, I saw a bit of my younger self in him. I thought about it. Claire did treat Ryan differently. She'd had countless lovers over the years, using them as pawns in her game to provoke me. Every night, she brought home someone new, testing my limits. But she never kept them around for long. A day or two, maybe a week. She always got bored quickly. Ryan, though, was different. She spoiled him. She took him out to dinner, shopping, and movies. They acted like an ordinary, happy couple. She gave him money, but she also gave him affection. I looked at him and smiled gently. "If you're so important to her, why settle for being her dirty little secret? You should convince her to divorce me and marry you instead." Ryan's expression darkened instantly. He glared at me, his voice shaking with anger. "You're the one who's useless here. You're nothing but a kept man. You only got to her first. But now, you're old, you're ugly. What could you possibly offer her?" His coworker hurried over, pulling him away, clearly worried I'd be upset. But I wasn't. I'd promised myself long ago that I wouldn't get angry because of Claire. I wouldn't feel sad because of her. And I definitely wouldn't stoop to competing with her lovers. She wasn't worth it. Ryan was pulled back by a coworker, but he lost his balance, fell to the ground, and shattered the teacup in his hand. Blood poured from the deep cut on his palm, pooling on the floor. Through the glass of the conference room, Claire saw what had happened. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, she threw down her papers, pushed the door open, and hurried over to Ryan. She grabbed his hand with visible distress, frowning as she examined his injury. Her voice was cold as she asked, "Who did this to him?" The coworker who had tried to help Ryan stepped back in fear,